In politics, alliances are often temporary. They come together before elections and fall apart soon after. But what if an alliance stays intact for nearly a decade? And what if, despite that loyalty, old allies feel sidelined while new entrants walk away with bigger rewards? That is exactly what's unfolded in the DMK front now in Tamil Nadu. Hello, I'm Suresh Kumar and you're watching Tamil Nadu elections with the Hindu. Today we are looking at a political story that goes beyond numbers and reveals the tension between loyalty, ideology and raw political power. This is the story of the DMK-led Secular Progressive Alliance and the unease within it in an election season. Let's start with the basics. Most alliances in Indian politics don't last. They are built for elections and dissolved soon after. But the DMK-led alliance is different. For nearly 9 years, it has held together, bound by a shared ideological plank, opposition to Hindutva politics. And electorally, this has worked. Since 2019, the alliance has delivered consistent victories. As Tamil Nadu now heads into elections, seat sharing have exposed serious fault lines. At this time, the discontent was not behind closed doors. The DMK showed some flexibility, but selectively. To the Congress, which played hardball, it gave 3 extra seats and a Rajya Sabha berth. But with other long-term allies, it adopted a far tougher approach. Parties like the CPI, CPIM, VCK, MDMK have stood firmly with the DMK since 2017. They built the ideological backbone of the alliance, helped shape an anti-BJP sentiment, and stayed loyal through political ups and downs. Even in the last election, they accepted 6 seats each, putting ideology above their own expansion plans. But now, the numbers have shrunk. The CPI and CPIM have been given 5 seats each, MDMK 4 seats, of which 3 will be contested on the DMK symbol. The VCK has got 8 seats, which is short of its double-digit demand, and the dissatisfaction is out in the open. In fact, the CPIM did not hide its frustration. Its state leadership clearly said they were not satisfied, but still accepted the deal. Why? To avoid helping the AIDMK-BJP combine. In fact, at one point, the CPIM even considered contesting independently in some seats before stepping back. That tells you how serious the internal debate within the party was. Now comes the turning point. The DMDK, a party with less than 0.5% vote share, has been given a Rajya Sabha nomination and 10 assembly seats. That makes it the second largest junior ally after Congress, and this has deeply unsettled the old guard. Why are long-time ideologically consistent allies being asked to settle for less while a late entrant gets more? Then comes another layer, subtle but significant. Actor politician Kamal Haasan, who heads the Makkal Needhi Mayam, chose not to contest but instead to support the alliance. Publicly, he called it his duty, but the reason is telling. The party was asked to contest under the DMK's rising sun symbol instead of its own battery torch symbol, which Kamal Haasan called an emotional identity. That did not go down well, so he stepped aside but stayed supportive. And then something unusual happened. A day after this, VCK leader Tol Tirumavalavan, who himself was unhappy about not getting double-digit seats, publicly backed Kamal Haasan. He said allies should not be forced to contest under another party's election symbol. Now that is not rebellion, but it is definitely a signal. At the heart of all this is one goal. The DMK wants to contest around 175 seats and cross the majority mark on its own. In simple terms, it wants to establish a government without depending on allies. Interestingly, DMK President and Chief Minister MK Stalin has insisted that everything is smooth within the alliance. He has even warned against imaginary narratives of division. But in politics, when a leader says everything is fine, it often means they know things are not entirely fine. So today, the alliance stands in a delicate position. On the surface, there is unity, ideology, a common campaign. But underneath, there is discontent, compromise, and quiet signals of unease. This is not just about seat sharing. It is about a deeper political question. What matters more, loyalty or leverage? Because in today's politics, even the most loyal allies must constantly negotiate their relevance. while new players at the right moment can rewrite the terms of the game. Alliances may well be stretched at the top, but elections are won on the ground. Will the cadres buy this deal? We'll soon find out. Thank you for watching. I shall meet you in another video.